Hello and welcome to another edition of Weighted to Win. I know the last 2 days have been very quiet on a local front, so it's great to be racing at Hollywood Bets Greyville on, of course, National Women's Day. So happy Women's Day to all the gorgeous ladies out there. We hope that we find you in good spirits, and obviously starting race number 1, we kick off the bar pots. I've got Daryl Marie with me and Darren Burrows, and the favourites in race number 1 is number 2. This is what it means at 17 to 10, 33 to 10 and better those. I'll go to Darren first. Darren, short and sweet. You told me off air that this is a good price about the favourite.
Yes, I fancy him quite a lot. I think he's worth a strike. Let's make money early, pay for the day. Now, he ran off Tail of the Comet last time out. We've seen the second horse come out to win. He ran off Master Josh. I thought that was a solid effort. He does hang towards the inside of the track, but he's got the rail to help him keep in a straight line, and I think he'll get the job done.
I like the confidence. Darren Burrows oozing confidence on favourite here, number 2. This is what it means for the Hollywood Syndicates. Let's go and chat to Daryl Marie. Daryl, firstly, I think you also need to say Happy Women's Day. I know that you've got a lovely wife back at home and she'll be watching, so off you go. Floor's yours.
Happy Women's Day to all the women out there.
Yeah, we're very blessed.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about this horse. This is what it means, Daryl. I mean, the Hollywood team had a wonderful season. They'll be looking for an even bigger season. This horse 17 to 10. Can you also tell me to rush off and have a bet?
Brandon, I don't like the fact that he hangs. But I do like the fact that he's back at Greyville, because I think that can assist him, like Darren touched on. Just don't know if there's underlying issues that's causing him to hang all the time. What's interesting is the tongue tie has been removed. He's been wearing a tongue tie in all his starts to date. I don't know what that reasoning is. But like Darren touched on, he's certainly shown enough. I mean, the form lines are holding up and are strong enough to win in a event like this. I just backed him up with Scampton, number 8. Brandon, he's making his debut for his new yard. There is a winner from his latest form line in Longsword, and a horse that finished 4 or 5 lengths behind him came out and ran second in his next start. So 2 and 8 for me, but I am certainly leaning towards number 2 as my top pick.
2 giants at World Sports Betting against Hollywood.
Yeah, very interesting, eh? I believe that World Sports Betting are splashing out on horses themselves. So who's their racing manager? Do you know?
I have no idea. I know that Yilton's obviously a big part of their team. They've got a wonderful team as well. We wish him all the best with Scampton. I've seen some of his gallops, and he's flying back at home. All right, let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections over here. We've gone with Darren Burrows first. He's told us, rush off, have a bet, 17 to 10 on This Is What It Means. That's a very good price according to the team, so that's where we'll start. And on top of that, we've got the bar pot starting. So let's put those selections up. Daryl Marie's going to go 2 and 8. This Is What It Means and Scampton by Banker 6, by 2 and 11, by 2, 4, 5, 9 and 10, by 1, 2, 3 and 4, by 2, 4, 5, 8 and 9. 400 Rand the spend, and the first race goes off at 12:35. On that note, a happy Women's Day again to all the beautiful ladies out there. So we move along to race number 2, first leg of the place accumulator. The favourite at 13 to 10 is Greenlight Legend. Gavin Larina for Tony Riverlin. Number 4, Miss Paget's at 7 to 2, at 7 to 1, and better those. Let's go to Darren first. Darren, tell us a bit about this favourite. 13 to 10, worth a strike on the nose?
She is worth a strike on the nose as long as one of the first timers don't shorten drastically in the betting. I know there's been market support for Jazz Cafe that shortened, I think, from 12 to 1 into 11 to 2. But let's see closer to race time. I like her form. She's improving with each and every start. She holds her nearest danger, Miss Baguette, on form. And I think she could finally get it right at the 5th time of asking. So Greenlight Legend, good enough for the PAs, good enough for the bipods, should just about win.
All right, yeah, Greenlight Legend for one of my good friends, Robert Bloomberg. Wishing him all the best over here. Obviously, we'll be looking out for the orange with the blue cap. Daryl, Greenlight Legend, 3-year-old bay filly. ran fourth last time out, 13 to 10. We don't know anything about the first timers. If the first timers aren't too good, I think could be a decent price.
If the first timers aren't fancied, Brandon, this is a huge price. But I can't sit here and say I have a strike now, because it's best to get those comments from the on-course presenters. Watch him move down to the start, but then again, you might have missed the value by then. Yeah, she's shown enough, certainly. You know, the filly that ran second on that occasion, Lady Canton, came out and won extremely convincingly in her next start. There's been several other placings, including fillies that have run behind her. So I think with that experience should assist her in getting it right this time around, unless there's something above average. So I'm happy bankering her in the PA. That's number 6. Green Light Legend.
Yeah, look, I mean, we don't know anything about the first timers, so we'll have to get the lowdown from the presenters on course, see what the trainers are expecting, and obviously watch that market closely. But that source does look very hard to beat. Let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections. It is the first leg of the PA, and our very own PA king, Daryl Maria, said we must bank a number 6 Green Light Legend in the first leg. By banker 2 in the second leg, by 2, 4, 5, 9 and 10, by 2 and 3, by 2, 4, 5, 8 and 9, by 2 and 5, by 5, 9, 10 and 11. 400 Rand is the spend, and race number 2 goes off at 10 past 1. Let's go to the big one. It's the pick 6, race number 3. The favourites number 2, Osha Carty at 5 to 2. Joint favourite, because this horse has just shortened a point now. Number 11, Sir William at 5 to 2. The 9, Lady Greensleeves at 4 to 1, and it's 8 to 1 and better those. All right, Darren, doesn't look to be a straightforward contest. Tell us a bit about this first leg of the pick 6.
Well, starting with Osha Carty, he's having his peak run, third run after a rest. Should strip fitter. The 14 shouldn't be a problem. He'll run well. Sir William would have been my outright first choice, but he's got the deep draw to contend with. He brings Cape Town form into the race. He's run off Green with Envy. I think there's been winners from that form line. Quandary, not a bad effort. He should be competitive. Lady Greensleeves, improved second run after a year off the track. She's going to strip fitter. I think the race lies between the top 3 in the betting. You could expect improvement from Tickerlocks and Activator.
I don't like the look of this race. I've just had a good look at some of the form lines, and I think you can make a case for so many. Daryl, you actually have a banker in this particular race.
Yeah. It's a pity about the draw with regards to number 11, because if you had to switch them around, if the 11 Sir William was drawn 2 and Osha Carty was drawn 11, there's no doubt I would have banked Sir William. But you know, like Darren touched on, Osha Carty's having his peak run. He should be there for nothing. He has acted on the turf in the past. I don't think that's going to pose an issue. The stable's coming back to form. They went through a quiet spell. Brandon Bitt, the third horse on that occasion, who was just on 3 lengths behind them, was a Turfentine or a Highveld Raider in
Breath of Magic,
who came out and ran second in his next start, giving Copper John a good run for his money. So I think I'm happy bankering him, but in the same time I'm going to say Sir William's got stronger form lines, because second in his latest race was Master Josh, came out and won. Down by the River, the third horse, also came out and run. But unfortunately, he's cracked another horrible draw. He's been off for, 2 months since his latest start. So with the draw on Osha Carty's side and the racing fitness, I'm bankering him. So 2 from 11 for me.
Yeah, there's quite a few that do think that Osha Carty is going to take a bit of beating. 5 to 2 is the current price. We'll jump into those selections. Let's see what we're doing. It is a pick 3 that Daryl Marie suggests we take, so something different. The pick 6 does start now at 13.45, but this pick 3 we're going 2 and 11, by 2, 4, 5, 9 and 10, by 1, 2, 3 and 4. 40 Rand, you can take that a few times. Race number 3 is over 1,400 meters. First jackpot, race number 4. The favourites over here is number 5, All the Time at 15-4. It's Gavin Arena for Yogas Govender. Number 9, Joshua Hot Snake at 7-1. It's 15-2 and better those. Darren, tell us a bit about this favourite, All the Time. Gavin Arena's been booked to ride from what looks to be a neat draw. 15-4, is this your top selection?
Not really. I made it a field race, so very tricky to say what my top selection is. But All the Time, he's a course and distance winner. Last time out, he moved up to them strongly and didn't quite find a finish, but that was a good effort. You got Joshua Hot Snake. He's a 1,400-meter horse. Stepped up in trip last time, won. You've got a horse like Lucky Dollar. I wouldn't ignore this horse's chances. He ran second to Money Heist 4 rounds back. His rating has dropped from a 76 to a 71 in his last 2 starts. Others to consider, a horse like Izapa, if not in need of one more run.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't look to be a straightforward race according to Darren. Let's go to Daryl Marie. Daryl, yeah, little Twinkle Star, I think it is, for Yogas Govender, won a good race on Sunday. I know there's 1 or 2 articles that I've read that could potentially make him a horse that we can follow going forward. By no means is this an improving youngster. He's a 5-year-old bay gelding all the time. But I mean, Gavin Arena's been booked to ride, and that in itself probably speaks volumes.
Yeah, Yogas's yard is on fire at the moment. Brandon, if there's a horse that's perfectly course and distance suited, it's excuse me, Brandon. It is All the Time. He's at his best over here. I think Gavin will certainly suit him. So he's gone into the play. I've included him in all my bets. Intrepid hasn't won for a long time. He's only had 2 starts of the distance. He's run a third. And then a few runs back, he only got beat 5 lengths off a much higher rating. Ratings come down, blinkers get removed. He'll be doing his best work late. I don't know if he'll get there in time. Izapa without... the blinkers have been removed on Izapa, if I'm not mistaken, eh? Is that right, Brandon?
That's almost correct. I'll tell you right now. Izapa's come. Yeah, the blinkers are off.
Yeah. I think... like Darren says, if he doesn't need another one, he should be competitive. That form line's really holding up well. And then watch out for improvement from number 2, Brandon, Pongola. His ratings really come down to a competitive mark over here. He's going to strip fitter. I think he is a better turf horse. And he could potentially get the run of the race from a neat draw. So I'm going to say improvement from Pongola. And Intrepid to feature over here, but it is wide open. I think I've gone 5 runners, 2, 4, 5, 9 and 10.
Yeah, doesn't look to be a straightforward race at all. The horse that I was thinking about was Twinkle Little Star, that we can follow going forward. That was a very nice win over the weekend.
She proved me wrong.
All the best for Yogas Govender. Very good trainer. He's a gentleman, and we'll be watching him in the new season. Let's put those selections up. Let's see what we're doing. Darren Burrows being the first jackpot. He's gone field by 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 and 9 by banker 5. So I like the way he structured this jackpot. I see 1,014 Rand as the spend. Remember, it's up to you if you want to take a percentage of that. It's merely just a guide. You can add and subtract wherever you feel free, but you need to be on race number 4. Second jackpot starts now in race number 5, and the favourites number 2, Angelic Fort. That's at 3-1. It's another ride that I think we can follow with Gavin Larena on. Number 1, Shell Seekers 9-2, and it's 13-2 and better those. Again, it's a very trappy race, Darren. I've had a good look at this race, and from my side, I don't like the look of it.
Same here. I also went the field in this leg of the jackpot. It's very tricky. You know, you got Angelic Fort that holds Shell Seeker on that last run on the poly. You've got Fort Jador, whose rating's down from a 70 to a 61. She should be competitive as she was last time out. You got Quinabi. Now, she's a 1,400-meter specialist, not far behind Dance My Lord, Lady Serena. She should be right there to finish. There are others to consider. I thought Ruffy to include was Ed V J. I know she's been a bit off form, but she should be competitive in this type of company.
So it's a field race for Darren Burrows. Daryl, is there anything in particular that you like over here?
No. Yeah, no.
No comment?
Brandon, I went 4 runners over here in the bar pot. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the pier, I only went 2 and 3. Miss Leola, now we know her as a polytrack specialist. She's only had 1 run on the gravel turf track. She actually finished 3rd on that occasion, Brandon, off a rating of 65. She's off a 56. So I'm not saying I'm expecting her to win off that rating, but I'm saying she should be competitive. I like her 2 efforts since returning from a rest. Having her peak run well drawn. Then again, she's a 6-year-old mare. But she's consistent. So I think she could potentially run into the money. Angelic Fort, 2 nice efforts for Mr. Rich. Gavin from a neat draw should be competitive once again. Yeah, I don't like the look of the race. 1, 2, 3, and 4, my top 4 picks. I don't know. You can choose. You can choose.
I don't like the look of it. I'm going to stay out. You've heard from Darren Burrows. You've heard from Daryl Marie. Let's put those selections up. Let's see what we're doing. What are they telling us or advising us to do when it comes to race number 5? It's Jackpot 2 time, and Darren Burrows has gone filled in the first leg. I think that's absolutely the right thing to do. By 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. By bank of 5. By horses 1 to 14 at the back. So race number 8, which goes off at 16:45. I see Darren over there. I said we must also go fit. 1,092 Rand is the spend. Again, I'm going to remind you, you can take a percentage of that, but you just need to be on in time. Remember to support the totes. Race number 5 kicks off Jackpot 2. So we go on to race number 6, and the favourites over here. It's another favourite for Gavin Larena, 33 to 10. Vermicelli, number 4. The 5, Nanotti's at 9 to 2. Baby on Board, number 2's at 5 to 1. And I see Dame Mazona's at 5 to 1. It's 11 to 2. And better those. All right, Darren, Gavin Larena, if all things have gone according to plan, by now you would have had 1 or 2 winners, hopefully. If that's not the case, I can tell you you'll be trying very hard on Vermicelli. We know that travel costs are not cheap to get around the country. I mean, never mind that. But Gavin chasing that championship. I was actually just reading an article at the moment. If he gets the support, he's going to chase that championship. Can Vermicelli win for him?
Definitely a runner, Brandon. She has had 11 starts in the maiden, but she's coming on the right way. She ran second to that horse, Winter Frolic, who was all the rage into odds on. It was a good effort. A Baby on Board. Now, she comes out of a juvenile plate run against winners behind Let's Go Now. Back in maiden company, she could be competitive. Of the rest, Nanotti, Grecian Palace, and Dame Mazona. Went 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 in my jackpot. We could double up as the 7 scratched.
Yeah, thank you very much to Darren. I think it's an open race. The quartets, the trifecta, swingers, exactas going to pay money, yeah, no doubt. Daryl, I was actually just reading an article now. A wonderful article by David Thistleton. Gavin Larena did say that if he gets the right support, he'll be prepared to travel all over the country. He's got a few good rides at Durban, as we know, hoping that he's had 1 or 2 winners by now. Can this horse win, Vermicelli?
So Gavin Larena's the gentleman that David Thistleton wanted to put his house on then, right, in the Jockey Championship. Didn't he want to back someone at 16 to 1?
Probably. Yeah. I think it's an interesting read. I mean, if you can get your hands onto that article, it's a very interesting read because, Gavin did say that he's obviously prepared to go to Quebec. He'll go to the Western Cape, Durban, Joburg. As long as he's got chances, he'll travel. So this is the man we're going to follow.
Yeah. Talking about traveling, you're saying traveling countrywide is costly. How about traveling to Kyalami?
Carol, with your budget, we can travel anywhere.
Anyway, Vermicelli obviously holds Nanotti, but I think Nanotti's a better turf track or turf horse, so I could see a reverse in that form. Both are exposed, both are limited. I think Baby on Board, if she settles this time around, stable's coming to form. I respect her. I just hope she settles. And then the other 2 I've included on number 8, Grecian Palace. I thought she looked very dangerous last time out. Maybe with a more patient ride. She's got plenty of scope for improvement. And then great to see Com being interviewed on course the other day. Eh?
Shame, it was
Yeah.
good to see him.
Maybe that stable's going to start turning now, Brandon. Dame Mazzona is the other inclusion. So 2, 4, 5, 8, and 9. Not too sure what to make of it.
Daryl's right. Very good to see Com Naidu up and running, and it was great to see him doing the interview the other day. We wish him all the best going forward for the new season. Let's go and put those selections up. Let's see what we're doing for this particular race, being race number 6. We're going to go with the tote double. Daryl's gone 2, 4, 5, 8, and 9 by 2, 5, and 7. 15 Rand is the spend. Let's go to the penultimate, race number 7. The favourites over here is number 6, African Beat at 4-1. 5, Crazy Blues, 9-2. 3, Spring Kiss at 5-1. It's 11-2 and better those. All right, Darren, we need all the help we can possibly get. Your favourites, African Beat. I know that you're very much in the know. What they're expecting from this horse?
Well, I'm actually on Crazy Blues here quite strongly. I bankered her in both my jackpots at 9-2. Now, last time out, from a deep draw of 10, she got stuck 3-4 wide around the bend. And I thought when they hit the straight, this filly's going to fade. And she showed a lot of heart, and she held him off strongly. Now, she's only been penalised 2 points. She's been competitive off a much higher mark. She performs well on the turf, and I think Crazy Blues will win. So 9-2, a good price. Yeah, that's my fancy.
Okay, some value, 9-2. Daryl, is there anything that you like in race number 7? This was Fashion Enigma. He found a bit of late support. Only got 53.5 on the back. Outside of that, I mean, Crazy Blues, African Beats, they've all got chances.
I like Crazy Blues because I hadn't really expect her to finish her race off last time out after being caught wide. And like Darren touched on, that penalty may prove to be lenient. If you watch that race, Brandon, number 2, she's not easy. Momentum was broken. I mean, she was making a run, and she had to be taken up at a vital stage. I know she's only half a kilogram better off for a 3-length beating, but really, she's much better than that effort. I'd like to see how she goes on turf. She's only had 1 run on turf to date in her career, but that was on debut. Excuse me, Brandon. But this filly, if you see her, you must realize that she needed her 2 comeback starts because she is really bulky and she's got a lot of substance about her. So having her peak run, I think she would have trimmed up and is nearing racing fitness. So I'm going to go in no particular order, 2, 5, and 7. I think the 7's a better turf filly, so I think she could run an improved race. So 2, 5, and 7, those are my top 3 picks here.
Yeah, I think Daryl's gone 2, She's Not Easy, the 5, Crazy Blues, and Perfect Trust. Who's also the ride of Gavin Larena, that time for Carl Hewitson, 6-year-old Bay Mares, number 7. All right, let's put up those selections. Let's see what we're doing in the penultimate. It's race number 7, and Darren Burrows suggests that we maybe go and have a good strike on Crazy Blues. At that sort of price, you can't get hurt. 9-2 is the current price. There's lots of value to be had. It's entirely up to you as to how much you want to put on the nose, but race 7 goes off at 4:05.